Hello everybody and welcome back. This is Pete Dahlgren building the Mears RC F86. Now I've talked about glues and all that stuff, and I use what I use only because it works. I mean, epoxies are great. Hysol is my drug of choice when it comes to that. Now I talked about this table. It's marble. And I use it for building anything plywood because it's a good surface, it's rock solid, it's a coffee table, and it's pretty good size. Now I've got everything in the world on here right now, including the monitors and whatever have you, and I would love to get about 3 of these for building big airplanes. They work extremely well. It's very important that your tools be of a decent quality. It's going to make the difference between a safe airplane and nothing else that's going to be whatever. But anyhow, I talked about this before in the relations they go. These spots all face that way. They go. And let me double check that because I've got these upside down. Now, this is how these sit in relation. These are spars. This thing is rigid as hell when it is built. I mean, the engineering in this thing is incredible. If you're building this airplane and you're getting ready to do it, you're gonna love it. It is amazing. Now, the one thing that you got to do is you're going to find out, and I'm going to see if I can do this a little bit. Okay, a little bit of redneck in here. Now guys, when you put these parts in, you're going to see that they are extremely tight. Okay, when I get them, I simply grab the part and then I push it down until it's completely 100% seated, like so. It has to be. You can't do this without having these parts completely and totally seated. They're extremely tight, and these don't relieve them. Leave them as they are. And the reason being for that is because that's not ever going to let go. And one thing that I do is I come up there and I put 1 drop of glue right on that to make sure. You're going to cut this off later, but right now that part isn't letting go for nobody, and you want these on here until you get the tops of these things sheeted. There are a lot of parts in here. Now the next part I'm going to put in, and it's because it's kind of I had a problem with it because these parts are a little fragile, and you know what, right there, right here is where you're going to have the problem. So do yourself a favor and just take your time. Now the next rib that goes in on this is actually going to be this one right here, and you'll notice it floats. And what happens is that this one sits in the spar and goes. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to take this right now. I'm going to grab the center spar. It's the big, yes, it's that one. So anyway, this part here goes into this slot right in there. But it's like I said, they're tight. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece, and this is why I like having this marble table. I know you can't see what I'm doing, and I apologize for that. Somebody fire the cameraman. You want this part in to where you can actually set it and then evenly push it down until it seats. Make sure that when you put parts into these fellas that you're seating these parts completely. This is going to make a huge difference. And then you have these holes that are lined up in here. Now in order to get this next one in, which is the number 3, and if you notice, I wrote down where the relationship was on these, and I wrote like 3 if it's 3. You're also going to notice that there's an issue with that one right there, But this is where this starts to get fun. Be back in a minute.